Oh geez, look out. I mean, making these turns with people walking around everywhere, we're gonna end up spiking somebody in the face with a pallet fork. And that's not good. It's gonna lead to a lawsuit. We're gonna lose our farm.
Sweep the leg.
What is happening, good people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we're back here Farming Simulator 25, and this is our farm. Episode number 6, I do believe. And in the last episode, we had a lot of stuff going on. We bought a new field, and oh my god, the snow just disappeared. Holy moly. Wow, Farming Simulator 25 does have a couple things it needs to address. Maybe in the next patch they'll take care of that. But look, it's still a great game, and we're still going to play it. So as I was saying in the last episode, we bought a new field. And in that field, we are going to plant some oats. And we're going to start our grain operation. We also ruined the grass field in the last episode. And yeah, I mean, that was fun. We did learn a couple new things. We learned that you cannot mow grass when there's snow on it. And once again, we faced the consequences of our decisions. And that's fine. That's what we're here to do. We also sold off our greenhouse products, our garlic, chili peppers, our lettuce. And we discovered that lettuce is way more valuable than all the other products. So we converted all of our greenhouses into lettuce. So we have now become the salad king of Sri Lanka. And, you know, our lettuce is going to be the best lettuce in Sri Lanka. And who could forget we caused the great garlic incident of Sri Lanka, and that happened in the last episode. And if you missed the last episode, go back and watch it right now. What the hell are you waiting for? And then go back and watch all the episodes of Farming Simulator on the channel. I mean, your life will be better for it, and so will mine. So look, here's what we're going to do to start off this episode. It is the beginning of March. We have slept through the March, and we are going to take all of this lettuce somewhere, and we're going to sell it. Because we have a lot of it, and we need some extra cash. And the price of lettuce is, whoa, look out. And the price of lettuce is going down. So we need to get rid of this while the price is still somewhat good. Also in this episode, we are going to cultivate and seed our new field with the oats. We can plant it now that it's March. So we'll go ahead and plant the oats in the new field. And we're going to get that going. And who knows, if we have enough money, we could either buy another plot of land, or we could start preparing to have some chickens, or, as brought up in the comments, goats. And you know, I just thought about goats for goat milk, but someone has piqued my interest. And it was Shadow Queen 1701 that commented in the last episode, what about goat cheese? And I gotta tell you, that has piqued my interest like you wouldn't believe. I love goat cheese. I mean, I just got exposed to goat cheese in my personal life a few months ago. It came on one of those charcuterie boards, and I'm probably saying that wrong. Look, I'm not refined. But yeah, it was goat cheese. You can spread it on little crackers and add little figgy jams to it, and it's absolutely delicious. So goat cheese is now going to be on the list of things that we want to do here on the farm, and I think it can happen, but it's going to require some careful planning. I think goats by themselves are really fun. They're cute. In our imagination, we can take our baby goats and we can, you know, rent them. We can rent them to local yoga studios here in Sri Lanka, because I know you guys have probably heard of goat yoga. And if you haven't heard of goat yoga, Google it. It's cute. I mean, I'm not a big yoga guy, but apparently yoga classes, some of them, have goats in them. And they crawl all around the people, and they're cute. So maybe we could have some baby goats in here, and we could just, you know, we could just pretend that we are renting those baby goats out to the local yoga studios. But more importantly, we can have goat milk and turn it into goat cheese. In order to do that, we're going to have to buy some sort of dairy production chain thing, building. I don't know where we're going to put it, I know that they can cost a lot of money, upwards of 250,000, something like that. We'll take a closer look in a minute. But we're going to have to buy a dairy chain in order to turn goat milk into goat cheese. But I tell you what, I'm pretty sure goat cheese is a very profitable product. But I say that fast 3 times in a row, bet you can't. So some exciting stuff going to happen the future of this series. Goats, goat milk, goat cheese. I mean, it's all going to happen. Another thing that I noticed in between the last episode and this episode, I did notice that the grain mill that's right next door is not for sale. There's no way to buy it, and it's not listed in the production chain in the menu for this map. So we are going to have to buy our own grain mill, which, I mean, that's a little disappointing. That's going to cost us, I don't know, $250,000 as well, so that we can turn our grain, I mean, our oats and stuff into grain, and then buy the bakery. Because, you know, as I said at the beginning of the series, one of the things I want to do is get a production chain going of the bakery and get some bread. We could be the salad and bread kings of Zielonka, kind of like the Olive Garden, salad and breadsticks. I mean, you know, it could happen. Don't crush my dreams. I mean, who knows? Perhaps we could even buy a restaurant and we could compete with the Olive Garden. We'll have better fresh salad and breadsticks. And that would be pretty awesome. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. First things first, let's get this lettuce loaded up. Let's take it to wherever lettuce is going to fetch us the most money. Let's see how much money we can get, and then we'll discuss our plans for buying new fields or buying equipment or starting some chickens or goats. I think we're going to start chickens first because chickens are pretty easy to maintain, and I think they're very, very profitable. I don't know, goats are probably profitable too, but I think we're going to start with chickens. And I'm imagining right now, as far as this lettuce goes, we are going to have enough pallets. We're probably going to make similar money to what we just made, probably in the upwards of $30,000 to $50,000, I'd say, for all this lettuce, which is a ridiculous amount of money for lettuce. I'm just saying. But that's pretty cool. Might be a little OP here in Farming Simulator 25 with the lettuce, but look, people are going to pay good money here in Zielonka for lettuce, so why are we going to stop them? All right, let's widen up this pallet fork thing here. I think we're going to widen up these tongues just a little bit. Might help us get these pallets on there a little bit better. I tell you what, driving this little thing is super squirrely, but it is way easier than driving a tractor with a pallet fork. I mean, in Farming Simulator 22, I never bought a skid loader. I just had a tractor with a pallet fork on it, and I gotta tell you, this thing is way easier. All right, one of the things we have to do is we have to strap down our lettuce. Well, we don't want to be known as the lettuce and garlic incident kings of Zielonka. All right, and we are not stacking these that great, but that's okay. Nobody's going to complain. They just want their lettuce. Now, the other thing we have to do is we have to check on the price of honey, because I do believe that in March, honey is at its highest selling price. So we'll probably make a little bit of money there, but I'm not sure that honey is going to be very profitable here in Farming Simulator 25. It really wasn't that profitable in Farming Simulator 22, but it was passive income, and you know, it's not that hard to manage. It's just a couple little pallets, and you know, every 6 months or so you scoop it up and take it to like the farmer's market or whatever, and you get a couple $1,000s for it. So all right, well, there it is. All the lettuce is hooked up onto the trailer. Let's go ahead and park our skid. Oh, look. We left one behind. You can't leave anyone behind. This thing must have just spawned while we were loading up the other lettuce. Now we do have 2 little crates of chili peppers. I guess we could plop those on top here somewhere. We'll have to check the prices here in a second to see if it makes sense to put those chili peppers on this load of lettuce. I mean, we could just sell it all at the same time. All right, checking on the price of lettuce, $3,135 at the supermarket. That's probably where we're going to take it. As you can see, the farmer's market price is going up, but we don't want to wait another month. I mean, this profit margin is trending in the wrong direction here, so we got to unload it as quick as possible. Taking a look at chili peppers, I mean, supermarket does have the highest price aside from the train, which, like I said before, we're not going to be using. So supermarket for the chili peppers as well. Maybe we will pop those on top here just to get rid of them. And we also have to check on the price of honey and see where we can take the honey. Now, eventually, if we get into the processed food plant, or I think there's like a soup factory, where we can actually use the chili peppers and garlic and stuff like that, we will probably add those back in at some point to greenhouses. But for right now, you know, early on here, the early grind in Farming Simulator 25, we really want to take advantage of the massive profit that the chili peppers are going to, that the lettuce is going to get us. Right, there we go. We got one more pallet of chili peppers and we can fit it on there. Let's do it. All right, now the ground here is sand and dirt, and we're leaving these tire tracks in it, and it is pretty hard to move this skid loader around once you get a whole bunch of those tire tracks. So we might have to think about changing that material in a future episode. Perhaps we'll try and pave the little driveway we got going on here, or maybe lay down some concrete, because these tire tracks are really tough to drive through with this skid loader. But that is definitely something we'll think about in a future episode. You can see this thing's bouncing all around. All right, we're out of the skid loader, running across our farm. Let's go ahead and hop in another tractor. We'll strap down our goods and we will head on to the supermarket. Taking a look at honey here, the farmer's market is $1 per liter more. We don't really care about $1. So honestly, we could put our honey on the trailer as well, but I do want to save our honey separately just to see, get an idea of what the profit is like on that. Well, I tell you what, taking a sneak peek here at goat milk, $8,800 per liter of goat milk. Bottled goat milk in the $6,000 range, and goat cheese highest in January, $5,790. So goat milk, goat cheese, all this stuff brings in some big cash. That's pretty awesome. Taking a look at eggs, they're no slouch either. In November, $4,158 per liter. We are going to be in the money-making business here. All right, here we go, starting up our John Deere tractor. Let's go ahead and hook the trailer to it. We'll strap everything down, and we are going to go to, gosh, I can't remember where we're going. Supermarket, I think? Farmer's market? I don't know. Crap. There we go. It's all strapped down. I don't know if it's all going to stay, but it looks strapped down for now. Let's go make some money. All right, pulling out onto the highway. The month of March is here, which is the beginning of spring. And that is pretty exciting here on the farm. It means we're going to be planting stuff. We're going to have to come back to the store. We might have to refill our seeder with some seeds for oat. We'll fill it up with some of the fertilizer that goes in it. And then we're going to go over to that field. I believe it's already cultivated. We'll double check on that. And we're just going to seed it with some oats and let that start growing. And then we're going to check on our grass fields, because I'm really not sure. All right, look, another comment there, along with the goat cheese, don't run the stop sign. That's a great point. If I wouldn't have run the stop sign, probably wouldn't have spilled all that garlic. I didn't even think of it. That's one of the things we're doing here out on the farm. We're not following traffic laws. we got to fix that. We don't want to be running around town getting all kinds of tickets. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. Our bank account right now, $96,525. Let's see how much money we are going to make here. Let's unstrap it. Ba-bam! Wow! Look at that. It was like $71,000. Oh, look out, dude. You're going to get hit in the head with a pallet fork. That guy's just walking right in front of us. $71,000 for a trailer full of lettuce and a couple boxes of chili peppers. I mean, geez, a whiz. These people in Sri Lanka, they love their lettuce. Just like in Farming Simulator 22, we had a town that really loved the bread. And now this town is obsessed with lettuce. And that's fine. Bunch of healthy people here in Sri Lanka. Nothing wrong with that. Eat your salad. Oh, geez, look out. I mean, making these turns with people walking around everywhere, we're going to end up spiking somebody in the face with a pallet fork. And that's not good. It's going to lead to a lawsuit. We're going to lose our farm. Nobody wants that to happen. Unless you want that to happen, then leave it in the comments down below. And speaking of the comments down below, now's the time to ask yourself the question of the day. Are you subscribed to the channel? If the answer is no, stop what you're doing right now. Subscribe to the channel. What the hell are you waiting for? And hit that bell notification so you're notified of all the content coming out. Go ahead and hit that like button too. Even if you don't like the video, you gotta hit it. It's part of the YouTube rules. And don't forget, leave your comments down below. It doesn't even matter what you say. Safe space here on the farm to leave whatever the hell comment you want to leave. All right, let's go ahead and hook up to this seeder. We're going to run this to the store. We're going to put some more seeds in it and some more of the fertilizer. As you can see right now, we've got 86% seeds and 24% of the fertilizer. So let's go ahead and run this over here to the store. We've got a good hookup. And they're going to give us a good discount here. And here's a pallet of seeds we just left here. And that's fine. We'll just pull right up here and fill her up. Alright, bam. Seeds are full. Now we do have to change the type of seed, so let's do that now before we forget. Oat. There we go. Alright, going into the menu where we spend our money and buy stuff. You know what we should do? We should take a look at the used vehicle sale. Let's see. We got a little tractor. Or it's a front loader. It's actually pretty cool. 56% off. Boy, look at this thing. 50% off. It's a tree cutter. Here is a trailer, and that's pretty nice. It's 45% off. It's only $21,000. Pretty big trailer right there. We've got a subsoiler. You can use that instead of a plow. And then this is a planter for special types of seeds. Corn, sunflower, soybeans, beets, cotton. I mean, this might be a planter that we're going to need in the future when we start delving into different crops. Now, I'll tell you what, speaking of different crops, I know in the beginning of the series we talked about these production chains that are available in Sri Lanka, and one of them was the potato processing plant, because we do want to become the potato chip kings of Sri Lanka as well. And we are gonna, at some point, need to start planting and harvesting potatoes and sunflower oil or canola oil or olive oil. And we're not really going to do olives. I don't want to get into olives. But canola oil and sunflower oil, we're going to have to buy an oil mill. And as you can see, not an oil mill listed here on the available production chains. There also is not a dairy production chain or a grain mill. So limited in what we can do, but we do want to think ahead to potatoes and oil. Just something to keep in the back of our minds as we go along in this series. All right, coming down here to consumables, we're going to buy the big fertilizer bag. We just need one of them. Let's go ahead and buy that. And there it is sitting right over here. Let's go fill up the seeder planter thing. There we go. Now the fertilizer is all filled up. And let's take this seeder over to the field and let's check it out. I don't think we're going to have to cultivate it. I think, as far as I can remember, it was already cultivated when we purchased it. So we're going to take a look at it, though. I tell you, things are getting tight here on the farm, driving all this equipment around. And once again, I'm thinking about buying a shed so we can store all of this stuff. I mean, at some point, I kind of feel like we're going to have to buy a field just to put our production chains, like the grain mill and stuff, on it, and a shed, and we're just going to buy a field to use, not for crops, but for just buildings. All right, here is the field that we bought. All right, if we take a look at this menu here for growth, it says it's cultivated. So if you turn on and off the cultivated button, this field shows that it has already been cultivated. So I guess we're just ready to seed it. And because it's March, we can plant our oats starting right now. Well, I tell you, I really do like this early morning fog that's sitting over the farm. I mean, it just really adds a nice touch. Giant has really done a good job with this game. Some of those little details makes it a little bit more immersive. It's kind of fun. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of it? All right, lower the seeder, turning on the seeder, and here we go. We're seeding. Look at this. And this is a nice big field too, so once we are done and this oat starts to grow and it's time to harvest it, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of oat. Not just oat where we can feed some chickens, but I think we're going to have leftover oat to put in a grain mill, and we can start with our grain operation and buy the bakery, start making some bread. I mean, this is pretty exciting. All right, well, certainly not the most efficient way to seed a field. Also not the quickest way to seed a field. I probably should have used our other tractor. This one only goes 6 miles an hour. So let's go ahead and turn off the seeder. We'll lift it up. Let's get on back to the farm. This field is now seeded, and it's going to start growing here. Let's go ahead and hop out and take a look. All right, so we got crop type is oat. It's growing. It's fertilized at 100%, which is great. So we don't have to hit it with the fertilizer. One of the things we're going to need to do when our grass fields start growing back, we're going to have to hit them with the fertilizer. And as of right now, in the month of March, the grass fields are not growing back. Take a look here as we jump out, and these fields just say the grass has been harvested. They're always going to stay at a state of 50% fertilized, but we do have to hit them once with the fertilizer to get that up to 100%. All right, well, we're not going to need the seeder anymore unless we buy another field. So let's go ahead and park this seeder up over here, get it out of the way. All right, there we go. Now the one thing that we're going to do, we're going to get our honey, and we're going to take that somewhere and sell it. And let's see how much money we can make. right, there we go. The honey's up onto the tractor. Let's take a look at honey. Looks like we're going to get the most amount of money at the supermarket. All right, taking the honey to the supermarket. I'm imagining we're only going to make, I don't know, a couple $1,000s from this. I think it was like 537 liters, and the price is, you know, 3,000 and some dollars per 1,000 liters. So I'm imagining we'll probably get about a little bit more than half, which will be, I don't know, 1,700, 1,800 bucks. I don't know. I could be doing the math wrong. You know, we're not mathematicians here on the farm. All right, stopping at the stop signs so Shadow Queen 1701 doesn't yell at us anymore. It's fine. We appreciate the reminders to follow all traffic regulations here on the farm. I mean, because we're going to forget. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. Let's go ahead and put this pallet down. Let's see what happens. There it is. 1,877 bucks. I mean, shoot, we probably spent close to that in gas driving the honey up here. So we got 5 beehives. They're producing $1,800 worth of product. What was that, since August? So if we probably let that honey sit for a whole year, I would imagine that we wouldn't really get much more than $3,000 to $5,000. So not worth it here in Farming Simulator 25. I'm just going to say it right now, bees are not worth the money. I mean, unless you like taking care of bees and, you know, having some fresh honey, and that's good. I suppose any income is good income. All right, hopping back in the baler here. Let's go ahead and start this tractor up. I mean, we really don't need this thing sitting out here. We tried to bale up the grass from the field that we ruined in the last episode, and was going to work. Let's go ahead and move this baler on somewhere else. And I tell you what, we got to figure out what our next step is. We got oats planted. I think we're going to sleep until the next month of April. Our grass should start growing, and our oats should start growing. We can then fertilize our fields of grass, and we can think about what the next step is. So let's go ahead and detach this. We'll swing this tractor around here. Let's go ahead and park it by the bees. All right, let's think about our next steps. $168,000 in the bank. If we buy this field for $81,000, it's going to leave us about $87,000. If I'm doing the math right, maybe a little bit less than $87,000. I don't know if that's enough to buy some chickens. Yeah, $79,000 for the chicken pen, and then we're going to have to buy chickens. So I don't know that we're going to have the money for this yet. I mean, we could put a bunch of chickens down here on this land once we buy it. I mean, the other option here is that we buy another field and plant it with grass, and then, you know, we'll have a lot of grass, a lot of silage. It's just more money that we can make here. I mean, this one's 102, this one is 85. We could buy this field. Oh man, I don't know. Tough decision here on the farm. It's going to be a couple months before we have any more income from lettuce or grass or anything like that. We do have a trailer of, I think it was wheat sitting on the farm. But I really like the idea of buying this plot of land and starting out with some chickens. I just don't know if we are ready for that yet. We could also buy this plot of land, $142,000. We can go ahead and plant some more oats or something. But I'd like to have some different grain crops other than oats on these other fields. Tell you what, the other options are to come over here to this side of the map. I mean, these fields are really inexpensive, and they have some room behind them where you can put some animal pens or more greenhouses. I mean, this group of farmlands over here, all of these plots under $100,000, we could buy this whole section up eventually, kind of turn this into something over here. I mean, taking a look, we're visiting this small field over here. I mean, it's a small field, but we could put a chicken pen back in here, and then we could have a field of grain that'll feed the chicken pen. I mean, we could put a couple chicken pens, and then if we buy these fields over this way, I mean, look at all this land behind, and we're going to own all the land behind these fields. Man, it's really, really tempting to start some chickens over here. I mean, honestly, it's not too far away if we kind of back out the map a little bit not too far away from our farm, and we could put some equipment over here. And then instead of using this plot of land for our chickens, we could use this plot of land for our goats. Or we could put our grain mill and the dairy production chain that we're going to have to buy, we could put that on this land. Oh man, so many decisions here. All right, I tell you what, we're going to do the sensible thing. We're going to buy this field here. We're going to plant it with grass. We're going to kind of concentrate on filling out this area as our grass empire. As soon as our next load of grass, silage, whatever you call it, in a couple months comes through, then we're going to have the money to really delve into our chicken empire. So let's go ahead and buy this field right now. 102,000. There we go. Bam. And we are going to hop in our tractor. Let's go look at the field. I'm not really sure what was even on that field. Oh God, we're driving across our grass field. It's fine. It's dead anyway. All right, taking a look. This field is spinach and it's growing, and that sucks. Shoot. That's fine. You know what? We're going to cultivate over top of the spinach. We don't need the spinach. Spinach is pretty expensive to harvest, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, take a look at this. A spinach harvester, $635,000. Holy moly. I mean, even if we leased it, it would be $32,000, and that's just not worth it. So I tell you what, we're going to grab our cultivator. We are going to cultivate over the spinach, and then we are going to plant some grass in it, and then we are going to sleep for one more month. All right, things getting kind of tight here on the farm. I mean, this equipment is kind of stacked up here together. All right, cultivator is attached. There's our thing of wheat. I mean, I don't know why we're just holding on to it. I mean, checking in on the price of wheat. Looks like it'll have a little bit of a rise in April. Maybe we'll think about selling it then. But for right now, let's go ahead and cultivate our new field. It's field number 43. It's a pretty large field. And let's just lower this cultivator and we'll just start cultivating right here. And sorry, spinach. I mean, look, we love spinach. We love a good spinach salad. We love sauteed spinach. I mean, you know, you can put spinach on a lot of things. You can put it in wraps. You can put it on sandwiches. I mean, Popeye ate spinach, and that's pretty cool. Popeye was cool. But for right now, we're getting rid of the spinach, and I'm sorry. To anyone out there that loves spinach, I'm apologizing now for offending you. And this is a pretty big field we're going to cultivate here. But let's go ahead and cultivate the field. And then we can plant our grass. Alright, we're finishing up the cultivation of the spinach field, our new field number 43. And, you know, even though we love spinach, we gotta say to the spinach, bye-bye. Alright, let's lift this cultivator up where we accidentally messed up a little bit of our grass field, and that's fine. I mean, we're not gonna need this cultivator for a while, so let's go ahead and put this thing over here. All right, now we need to get our seeder. We need to go back to the store. We need to fill it back up with fertilizer and seeds. And then we are going to seed that field with grass. And I tell you what, I really feel like we should also buy some sort of shed. Excuse me, people coming through. Beep, beep. And that way we have somewhere to put our equipment. All right, let's change the seed type to grass. There we go. Let's go ahead and fill it up with this fertilizer. We're probably gonna have to buy another pallet of seeds and perhaps some more fertilizer. Let's see what this does. All right, we're good on fertilizer. Let's go ahead and swing this thing around. Buy another pallet of seeds. Let's go seed that field. All right, $12.60 for 1,050 liters. It's the best deal. And here it is back at the shop. We will swing our seeder around. All right, filling it up with seeds, topping it off. It's good. We'll go out the back way here. Back to the farm. We'll seed our field. I'll tell you what, this is a tight squeeze here. I don't know if we should have come this way. Look out. Oh no, another sign. All right, good. Good driving here. We missed the sign. Look out, missed the people. Holy crap, what are we doing? Man, look at all the people walking here. I mean, they're right in front of our little driveway here. And they're paying no mind to us. I mean, you got to be aware of your surroundings when you're walking around. That's for sure. All right, here we go. Lowering the seeder, turning on the seeder. It is set to grass. And here we go. We're seeding the field. And I tell you what, we're going to hire a worker. And of course, they're going to stop what we started. They're going to go in the middle of the field because that's what they do here. And that's fine. Taking a look here, it's Jeff. Jeff is helping us out again. I mean, he's got his man bun going on. And that's fine. Doing a good job. Jeff and his man bun. He's got his chucks on. And he's really concentrating hard here. And that's great. He's going to seed this field with grass. All right, I tell you what, while Jeff is fiddling around in that field, seeding it with grass, we are going to try and fit one of these sheds over here. I believe we can fit this guy, I don't know, right down here. I tell you what, it is going to eat into the grass that we can mow. But I really do feel like we need to have a shed. All right, I feel like we could put it here. It's going to flatten out the ground, and perhaps we can fit it right about here. Let's try and butt it up against that tree without it overlapping. All right, let's go ahead and try this. Hopefully this works and it doesn't mess up the ground too much. All right, bam. There it is. Well, we bought a shed. Let's take a look. That's not too bad. I mean, it's a little wonky sitting in the ground over here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the shed we bought. It is a little wonky. I mean, the ground wasn't really that even, so it does look a little weird. But we should be able to get our equipment in. I mean, this corner is a little strange. Perhaps we can use the flattening tool and try and get some of this landscaping taken care of. But it is a really big shed. And I'll tell you what, it's going to hold our equipment pretty nicely. Let's go ahead and hop into our combine harvester here, and let's move this thing into the shed, and we'll kind of get an idea of what we're working with. All right, not too bad. A couple bumps to get it in here. All right, we're gonna put this thing right in here. That looks pretty good. All right, that's one piece of equipment in there. All right, next piece of equipment, we're gonna get this baler here. And let's go ahead and drive this baler around. Try and back this thing into our shed. That doesn't look too bad from out on the street. I mean, it'd be nice if we kind of built a pathway coming up this way. Maybe we could, you know, use some landscaping tools. All right, now this is going to be a challenge getting this bad boy in here. All right, here we go. Coming down a little slope, and that's fine. All right, it's a little crooked, but you know what? It works. Let's go ahead and detach it. Let's get this tractor on out of here. Coming up a big hill. We're probably going to have to do some landscaping work around the shed, but for right now, I mean, it's fine. I mean, honestly, while we're at it, we could put the bale wrapper, we could sort of back this thing up right here. And maybe we will, off camera, kind of tidy this area up, put some gravel or concrete down, and just make it a little bit better. We can store our equipment on the side of the shed here too. Maybe we can get these trees out of the way. Who knows? All right, we're going to leave the water tanker over here by the water tank. There's our mowers. Maybe we could do something with the mowers. And we have our fertilizer. We have our other trailer. Gosh, we got our bale loader. We got a lot of equipment we need to put. We got a cultivator. A lot of equipment we need to put around. And I tell you what, we're probably going to have to do that off camera. Alright, for right now, we're going to back the cultivator up on this side of the shed, and we'll just have our equipment kind of sitting around the shed. At least it's in a centralized location, and it's not going to be cluttering up our farm. Alright, grabbing a hold of the fertilizer spreader. And I tell you what, we need to fill this thing up with some fertilizer. We've got some sitting over here at the store. Let's go ahead and fill this up while we're riding around with it on the back of our tractor. There we go. Alright, well, didn't fill it up that much, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and buy another bag of it. There's some solid fertilizer. Let's go ahead and purchase it. And there it is. Let's back this thing up. We can fill it up all the way. I mean, we're always going to need fertilizer here on the farm. Alright, there we go. It's filling it up. And there it is. Still not full. Alright, that's fine. Alright, coming across the road here. Let's take our fertilizer. And let's go ahead and actually, you know, we should probably keep this on the back of the tractor. We're going to have to fertilize our grass fields in about a month. We'll just park the tractor right here. Turn it off for now. Let's go ahead and check back with Jeff. I mean, he's seeding the field. He's doing a really good job. He's about halfway done. And I tell you what, after he is done seeding this field, we are going to go ahead and sleep until the month of April. And in the next episode, we are going to come back. It'll be the month of April. We're probably going to sell our wheat, make a couple bucks that way. We are going to fertilize our grass fields, and we are going to continue building our empire here in Zelonka. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Thanks for all the love and support on the channel. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, hit the like button, hit the comment buttons, and leave the comments, and do all the things you got to do. You know what you got to do. Just go ahead and do it. What the hell are you waiting for? And come on back in the next episode. We are really rolling along here. We have got grass fields. We're starting our grain empire. We've got lettuce going on. This is exciting, and we are going to be getting into chickens and all kinds of stuff. Goat cheese. It is all coming up in the series. So once again, thanks for watching the video. Most importantly, thank you guys for letting me be a part of your day. And we are going to see you right back here in the next video.